Hello, folks. Welcome to India to Germany. I'm your host, Paras Mehta, and today's episode is about visas and immigration to Germany. Today, I'll be speaking with Vishesh Malik, who came to Germany on a job seeker's visa and is now working as an SAP consultant in Berlin. So, Vishesh and I today will be speaking about job seeker's visa. Welcome, Vishesh. Thank you for speaking with us.
Thanks, Paras. Thanks for the invite.
So let me start, Vishesh, by asking you a little bit about why you came to Germany. So I saw that you have worked in India for several years in consulting and with SAP. How is it that you then decided to come to Germany from India?
Yeah, Paras, for me, it's a kind of an obvious choice because for SAP, Germany is for me was always a birthplace of SAP, and SAP is always in demand. And when it was time back in 2016, I was looking forward to move out of India and on my own because it's really difficult to get on-site opportunities, and was a lot of competition. Everybody is looking for on-site opportunities. So I thought that let me see if I can get some opportunities. Unfortunately, I found this job seekers visa for Germany that they provide opportunity. You can go there and you can look for a job, and if you find a job, then you can start working over there. So that's how I started. And SAP is a lot in demand in Germany. I thought, why not? Let's go to Germany.
True, that makes sense. I mean, SAP comes from Germany, so and you are working in that area, so coming to Germany definitely, yeah, I can understand that. And how did you hear about job seekers visa?
For job seekers visa, I was just looking online. I got to know about it through online search, not through anybody known to me. And then while searching for it, I got to know that they started job seeker visa back in 2012. So I was like, what I was doing for last 4 years, I should have started earlier. So, it's just an online search.
All right, okay. Yeah, and I also did some research about job seekers visa, and I found out that one needs to, show some savings and come here to Germany, live here for a few months, look for a job. I think it sounds a little bit stressful, and of course, it also sounds expensive to come here and live here without a job. Why is it that you decided to uh, take this route and not take another route to come to Germany?
It's like I told you, there's a lot of competition going on in companies when you look for the on-site opportunities. And this is one opportunity where you do not have dependency on anybody else. But that's not true. You do not have to come to Germany without job, even after getting the job seeker visa. You can actually, once you get your job seeker visa, you can start looking for a job in India itself. If you get the job, you can move to Germany. If you don't get a job, then you don't have to actually be present here. But what I felt is always whenever I used to have discussions with any of the recruiting agencies, they used to ask, what is your location? So location is pretty much important for any company. If you are already here, you have more chances of getting hired than if you are applying from India. So for the job seeker visa, I decided to come to Germany because from India, if you apply for any job application from India, then you do not get much preference over a candidate who is present in Germany. It's always about your location. Agencies always ask you about the location, and that's when I feel like it's better to go to Germany, though it's a very risky that you leave your job and you come to Germany. But if you do not want to compete with others for no reason, then it's better to take some risk. And if you are sure that you have that much talent that you can get a job, then why not? It's worth taking a risk.
Yeah, I can understand. Yeah, it definitely would put you at an advantage in comparison to other candidates if you are already here and then look for a job. Yeah, I agree with that. And I see that for you it worked out also. So it's a good sign.
Yeah, it worked out pretty well for me.
Yeah, that's very good to know. So, about the application process, how did you go about preparing and applying for this visa? I mean, which documents did you use, and how much time did it take for the visa to be issued?
Yeah, for the documentation, there are pretty generic document that you need to do. Some like your Aadhaar card, your voter ID card, and other address proof that you need. And you need to prepare your resume, a letter you need to prepare that why you want to go to Germany and what you are doing to. Why do you think that Germany is a good location for you? And apart from that, you need to create a block account, and then you need to show some amount in the block account that you can survive in Germany without any government help. Apart from that, the most important document I feel which takes time is your birth certificate. If you have your birth certificate ready with you, then rest of the things you can do within 2 days. But that is one important document. I would suggest anybody who is looking for job seeker visa should first get the birth certificate for themselves, and then book an appointment through the VFS Global. They can book appointment for submitting the document.
Okay, so you think the birth certificate is the most important document because people don't have it with them when they decide to make the application?
Most of the people if like have the birth certificate with them, but in my case I did not have it. And then I had to struggle for it, and it took like few weeks to get that. And that is the most important document. Without that, even if you would show all the finances, you have everything fine, you probably would not get the visa.
Okay, yeah, that's very interesting. That's a very good tip. Thanks. So, did you also need to get these documents translated or verified in India?
No, translation is not needed. For verification, when you apply for job seeker visa, then they ask you for additional like fee, through which they have their own agency. They validate your document themselves.
Okay, so you mean the German embassy in Delhi will has hired an agency who will do this verification?
Yeah, whether you apply from Delhi, Mumbai, or Bangalore, it doesn't matter. But they will do it themselves if they want to do it. So in Delhi, it is there. In Mumbai, it was there. But what I heard is in Bangalore there was no this verification fee. So
Okay.
applying from Bangalore is way cheaper than it costs in Delhi and Mumbai. Back then, it used to cost around something around 40,000 for the verification.
Wow, that's very expensive.
Yeah.
40,000 rupees. Okay. So, yeah, one can just apply without verification, and it's the embassy who decides if they want to do the verification or not, depending on the location.
Yes, that's true. And embassy does it through agency for documentation. They also come to validate your job and everything. They can personally also come to validate everything. In my case, it happened.
All right. Okay. So in your case, they validated it personally, sort of by coming and checking if you really have this job and where do you have this job and things like that.
Yes. So one of the person from the embassy, he visited my office, validated my the documents. Just asked me just few questions. It was just kind of a formality, but they just want to validate that whatever you are saying, that's true, and you work at that place.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, definitely makes sense. You know, they want to avoid fraud. So I can understand this. Yeah. But it's very expensive, 40,000 rupees just for something like this. Another thing is, of course, what you already mentioned, the financial aspect. I mean, you have to pay for this verification, for the visa fee, but then you also need this blocked account. So, how much money does one need for this blocked account? I mean, actually, what is this blocked account, first of all? And how do you open it from India?
So I'll start with what is a block account. It's an account where you put some money and then you are not supposed to take that money out without getting approval from the government. And so there is a basic minimum requirement for Germany for a monthly survival. The amount has now changed to I think something close to 800 euros per month. So if you are applying for a visa, then you have to block around 5,000 euros in the block account to show the German government that you can live without any government help in Germany. Regarding opening block account, there are different ways to do it. You can do it through SBI, you can do it through Kotak Mahindra. Best way to do it, you can, if there is any Deutsche Bank branch nearby to you, you can go there and you can just ask official to help you with it, and they would happily help you. But the charges of opening account through Deutsche Bank is 150 euros. So that you have to anyway pay, and then you can transfer the money to that account. It takes around 4 weeks to open the account and transfer money and everything.
Okay, and maybe with Kotak Mahindra or with SBI, it's a bit cheaper, you think?
Yeah, it will be cheaper, but the reason is because of the fluctuation in currency. So with Deutsche Bank, if you'll open, you transfer the amount immediately. With Kotak Mahindra and SBI, your amount still remains in India, and only after you move to Germany, then they send it to Germany. And then if currency fluctuates a lot, then you might end up paying more charges in the conversion. And then another thing is like here, if you come, then you have to open another account over here to which you can transfer that money. In the case of Deutsche Bank, that's not the case. They open your account in Germany, and you can just come here and show them your passport, and you are ready to use your account.
Yes, that sounds like a big advantage, actually.
And one more point I would like to add here is like you would probably need your Anmeldung done for the address proof to get to operate this account. You can get it activated, but you might need a registration in Germany to start using that.
Okay, so after you arrive in Germany, you get registered at the local authorities, and then you can start using the account.
Yes.
Okay, all right. And the amount you mentioned is in total around 5,000 euros. It's basically 800 euros per month over a total of 6 months, right?
Yes, it
That
is. I think at the moment is 820, so which would be close to 4,960. Like, so that's why I said 5,000. And
okay.
150 euros you have to pay for the account opening. That amount also you need to include. So in total, you need to be prepared for 5,200 euros.
Great. That's already very good to know. Also, when applying for the visa, one normally has to give like a proof of accommodation. How did you go about that? Did you find an apartment or did you book a room in a hotel?
So that's actually a very important aspect before moving to Germany. So how it is important is if you already know somebody in Germany, what you can ask them is if the person is ready to provide you a sponsorship for the visa. In that case, you don't need to provide accommodation proof. You can show that you are going to stay with your friend, family, or relative. Mm, And another benefit is like you don't have to show money in the blocked account if they sponsor you. So that is where it is very helpful. Accommodation, you don't have to worry about accommodation and all. In my case, what happened, I did not know that where I'm going to stay. So all I did is I just entered Berlin as a location where I'm going to land first, and or I'm going to stay. And there was no issue with that. Like, you don't need any accommodation pro, you don't have to book hotel or do anything like that. It's just normal. You just need to provide an address, and it could be just the name of the city. And I accidentally got to know about it because I had no address proof for Germany, or no address for Germany to stay. So I just mentioned city as Berlin, and they said, oh, okay, you just we are fine with this.
Oh, really? Okay. Normally, I thought like for most visas, one needs to provide like a specific address. But it's very interesting to know that for this visa, it's not a necessity to do that.
Yes, probably because you are coming here for the first time to look for a job. So there you get that leverage. Okay, you don't have to show the address proof. Also, you are just submitting your document. Your visa is not yet approved. Maybe after that, if process has changed, they might ask you to provide exact address. Then you might have to do, but it's not mandatory.
All right. Yeah, I also agree about about this formal sponsorship. I think it definitely would simplify things if one knows a friend or relative or has family in Germany, and then they say, okay, we will sponsor you. So basically, then that means they would cover your finances and provide you a place to live. Then, I mean, yeah, that would definitely simplify a lot of things if one is applying for a job seeker's visa.
Yeah, exactly.
So a little bit about the job search itself. Did you already look for a job in Germany from India, or did you have like appointments or interviews the planned when before you came here?
Okay, so that is actually part of your preparation. So, like I told you, I started looking for job seeker visa back in 2016, but I landed in Germany in 2018. So, for those 2 years, all the time I was looking for the kind of opportunity that we have in Germany, if my profile suits to those opportunity or not. So, that activity in the backend you have to anyway perform. But I did not apply for any job before coming to Germany, and I had no interview scheduled when I landed in Germany. But
Okay.
for me, it wasn't like though I did not have anything planned, but it worked out really well for me.
Okay, that's very good to know. And how much time did it actually take you to find a job once you arrived here?
Took me about 20 days to get a job.
Wow, really? Only 20 days?
Yes, and I'm very fortunate about that. That within 20 days I got the job, and but I would say like I was really lucky in that term. If anybody is coming over here to look for a job, I know about people who have spent months over here and they couldn't find a job. Even they don't even get response from the recruiting agencies. So if you are coming here, I would suggest to be mentally prepared for those 6 months. Definitely.
Okay. And did you have to send many job applications or within to 20 days? I mean, I guess you didn't send hundreds of applications.
No, not hundreds of application, but I did apply to a lot of jobs. And wherever I applied, other than the two places where I from where I got the opportunity, from I all I heard is like, we are sorry, we cannot consider your application at the moment, and the main reason was language.
All right. Okay. So in your field, it you think it was important to have the language skills required for the job,
Um,
German language skills.
Yes, in the not I will say not just in my case, in any scenario, if you are coming to Germany, you need to know basic German. And earlier it used to be up to B1 level. Now everybody is asking for up to B2 level of German. So I would suggest if anybody is coming or planning to for apply for job seeker visa, they can use that meantime to prepare themselves and learn German. Minimum up to B1 level is what I would suggest you should do if you can, and then it will be easier for you to find a job.
All right. Okay. Yeah, you yourself, it seems, spent a lot of time to actually, like you said, around 2 years just to kind of do this background research and all. I guess it definitely makes sense to do some research and learn the language during that time before actually applying for the visa and then deciding to come here.
Yes, and one interesting fact I would like to share over here is that when I applied for the visa, I had my first appointment that time. I did not have Aadhaar card with me, and because of that I had to reschedule my appointment, although my application was submitted, but I had to reschedule, and then again I had to wait for 3 4 months for the appointment. So
Oh,
if somebody is preparing for the documentation, please do not miss any document. because then if you would look for the next appointment, probably for next months, 5 6 months, you will not get any appointment. Especially current times, it's really difficult to get appointment.
True. That's very important to keep in mind. Yeah, particularly in the current times. True. I agree. And what was your experience like when, yeah, you were here on job seekers visa during those, let's say, the first 20 days or even after that while you were on job seekers visa?
Okay, so it's very important for anybody to be financially prepared and mentally prepared. And I was financially and mentally, both ways, I was prepared on that. But no matter how much you prepare, you are going to be stressed all the time. That's what happened to me. Like, even those 20 days, there were like, when I got my accommodation, I started going to meetups for the German, to practice the German language,
Hmm.
because before coming here, I already did German up to A2 level. So I thought maybe it would be good to join some meetups and improve language skills. When I went there and the people started talking, I was literally shocked. And I still remember that moment. I was walking back from that first meetup, and all I was thinking is like, this is going to be worst decision of my life. I don't know whether I'm going to get a job here. I don't see like I'll get job in another 4 5 months anyway. But
Okay.
then sometime luck works. So when I was thinking about it, within next 2 days, I had first offer.
Oh, wow. That's very okay. That's yeah. But in your company, was it very important, these language skills, the job that you actually got?
No, the job finally I got, the language, yeah, it's kind of important, but not that important that person cannot perform their activities, because that's an MNC working on an international environment with people from different nationality. So English is always the preferred business language. And one thing is, anybody who would be working in Germany, especially in Berlin, they would agree that though they ask you to have German skills, but when you will start working, then 99% of the work you are going to perform in English. That is going to be the prime language. So it's just a basic hurdle, first hurdle for us. Once you clear that, then there is no stopping. After that, you don't have to worry about the language.
Okay, that's very good to know. But in case you were not so fortunate, and let's say you would not have found a job in those 6 months, did you have a backup plan in mind?
Yes, so when I left my job, then uh, I thought like, if I would not get anything over here, then I can anytime go back to India, and at least my previous organization, they would be happy to offer me this same job later on as well. But before that, like, that is one of the plan. But I also prepared myself financially that I can survive 1 year without job, even if I don't get a job here, and if I go back to India and another 6 months I have to spend to find a new job. I was prepared for next 1 year. But and that's, I would suggest to anybody, like, if you are coming to Germany, at least keep some buffer for 2 3 months in case you are unfortunate and you don't get a job. But if you prepare yourself before coming to Germany, then I don't see any reason that you will not get a job. Then the preparation starts with the documentation and German language skills.
Okay, okay, I understand. And looking back, do you think it was a good decision for you to come here on a job seeker's visa?
Certainly it is. And it was like one of the best days. And though I was scared before coming over here that in case I would not get any job over here, then it is going to be a very depressing moment going back to India. When before moving in here, everybody was like, leaving a stable job and risking everything, it's not a good idea. So that is like one point, a very important point, like proving yourself. And since then, there is, I never looked back. I always I'm having a far better life, earning better. And now I did not even realize, for last almost 2.5 years I'm here. Every year there is a certain good thing that is happening to me. even this year, though everybody is impacted, it worked out really well for me.
Yeah, we've that's very good to know. We are really happy for you there. And are there any things that you have learned during this time? So you already said, okay, language skills are very important, and it's important to prepare yourself financially. Are there other things that you have also learned during this time?
Apart from that, I do not have any specific that you can. I would say that I have learned, but yes, whenever there is any tough times, you have to be mentally prepared. Like even and some people, they think like, okay, let's apply for a job seeker visa, get it, and keep working in India and keep looking for the job. Once we will get the job, then we will switch. But in India, most of the time the notices are of 3 months. Although companies here, usually they don't mind waiting for 3 months, but it is always better to stay available immediately. When you are immediately available, or you can join within a month, that is the best scenarios. You will get preference over other candidates who is even more talented than you. So time is really critical, I think.
True. So that's definitely an advantage of coming on a job seeker visa. And are there any other advantages that you think? I mean, many people come to Germany directly through a blue card or things like that. Like that, are there any other advantages?
Yeah, the advantages, like once you come here, then you can get a job, but it depends upon your salary scale whether you are going to get blue card or not. And blue card has certain advantages that if you have completed your German language up to B1 level, then within 21 months you can get a permanent residency of Germany. And with that, after that, you don't need any visa to continue working in Germany, and you will be independent. You can decide whether how you want to work, or if you want to switch job, or even if you want to move to any of the you want to go for a business visa, or like a short term work employment in any of the Schengen countries. Then you can go over there up to 3 months. You can work without visa, but if you are going to work there for longer duration, then you have to apply for the local work permit. And this is 21 months if you have completed up to B1 level, but it is 33 months if you have not learned German at all, or it's just very basic up to A1 level.
Okay, that's interesting. And so you yourself now are on blue card.
Yeah, currently I'm on blue card, and I'm about to complete my 33 months. So because I did not get chance to work on the B1 certification, so now I have to wait for 30 months, 33 months. But I would really suggest people to complete the B1 level and get your PR done within first 21 months of your employment.
Okay. Yeah, those are all very interesting insights. I really have to thank you, Vishesh, for sharing your experience and all your advice on job seekers visa and immigration to Germany in general.
Mm. Thanks, Pa. Thanks a lot for inviting me. I really enjoyed this.
Yeah, same here. That's all, folks. Remember to check out our website at indiatogermany.com and subscribe to our podcast. See you in the next episode.